You are watching Cox Channel 2.
Cox Communications proudly presents the Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week. Complete Nutrition, home of the Envision Weight Loss Program, with locations in Omaha, Lincoln, and Council Bluffs. Now let's go courtside for Tori Pantalian and Tony Foster.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Bellevue West Gymnasium, better known as the Thunderdome. And Tony, I'll tell you what, the defending state champion boys teams in their respective classes, we know that was last year, but the teams aren't any worse this year.
Absolutely not. Both these teams are solid. They both have height, they both have speed, and they both have great shooters. This should take class out of it. Class A, Class C, don't care where you're at. This should be a great game.
Well, you know, because when you look at it, the teams are pretty even height-wise. Speed I'd give to Bellevue West, but with their up-tempo play, they're nervous about the back cuts and screens that Ravenna can do.
And that's what Ravenna does. They'll play you out front, pull you out, cut into the back door, and put the points up on you. And I'll tell you, a friend of mine, it's a principal over at Trumbull Park Elementary and Papillion, is from Loop City. Knows that area, knows these towns. His name's Kellen Chapleski. He told me one word, Hoosiers.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, who you picking?
I'm not picking. I'm going to be neutral here tonight. You can bet on that. I can tell you that the girls' game was a little bit of a blowout, and I don't see that here for the boys.
All right, I'll tell you what. Nick Hanley, the third member of our broadcast team, is also with us, and he's over there with Bellevue West head coach Doug Woodard.
All right, guys, thanks a lot with Doug Woodard. And, Coach, you know, you come in with a great record, 3 state titles here at Bellevue West, but you got to look at this atmosphere, this kind of game. This can't be something that you guys are used to.
Well, we've played in a lot of big games, but we haven't played one where the gym is about 80% full at 3:45, to be honest with you. It means a lot to the state of Nebraska, and we're just thankful that Ravenna's able to come down. They got an awesome basketball team. It's a great community. Look at the support they have. Should be a great night for basketball.
Talk a little bit about this Bellevue West team. You guys have obviously seen a little bit about Ravenna. What are some of the things that concern you about this Ravenna team going into tonight's game?
Well, they play so well together. They play very, very hard. They have 4 guys that can really shoot the ball. They pass the ball extremely well. There's not a lot to not like about them offensively. And they do a lot like we do. They really extend pressure, get after you, try to create scores off of their pressure. We have to handle that. You know, usually we're dictating a lot of that. They're going to be doing the same thing tonight, so it's going to be a great game in that regard.
It's been a game that's been hyped up ever since it was on the schedule. Obviously, the crowd shows it. You have a little bit of extracurricular, you know, kind of a circus attraction. How do you keep you guys focused this week?
You know, Nick, we tried to talk as much as we could simply about the Papillion game because we had to win that game first. And obviously there was so much going on, though the kids knew about it, and so we tried to address that. But I think the mentality that you have to take first things first, we try to do that every week, and hopefully that'll pay dividends not only tonight but in the season itself.
All right, it's been a great season for you, Coach. Should be a fun night of basketball. We congratulate you on a great season so far. Good luck tonight.
Nick, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks a lot. Guys, it should be a lot of fun down here. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups with Tony and Tori. You're watching high school basketball on Cox Sports.
Well, we're back at Bellevue West as we get ready for the Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week between the defending C2 champions Ravenna Bluejays and the defending Class A champion Bellevue West T-Birds. Tony, here's our Farmhouse Cafe and Bakery starting lineups.
You're going to take a look at the Ravenna Bluejays lineup, and the guy to watch here is number 31, Drake Baranek. He's the coach's son, 6'4". He's their tall guy. He's also one of their best shooters. Senior, he's the guy to keep an eye on. Tyler Saborn's another one on this team, 5'11", senior, number 21. He's also an excellent shooter and a ball handler. Keep an eye on those 2 guys.
And, of course, Farmhouse is the official caterer of Cox Sports. They're located at 84th and Grover up in Omaha.
Here we're getting a good look at the Bellevue West players. They're being introduced and coming out on the court, and you see they're coming out with a lot of fire. A lot of hype about this game tonight, Tori, and rightfully so. Both these teams have some state titles in their pockets. And you take a look at the starting lineup for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. A couple of guys to keep an eye on out there. Number 30, Antoine Young, 6-foot sophomore. He's a ball handler, he's a shooter, he's a great athlete. And number 32, Jeff Martin, 6'2" senior for the T-Birds. Those are 2 guys that I'm telling you what, Ravenna's got their hands full if they're going to cover them.
And of course, Antoine Young keeping the tradition of Bellevue West basketball players by declaring early to Creighton, as did predecessor Josh Dotzler. And we'll be back with the opening tip right after this, right here on Cox Sports. Okay, Tony, 16-0, 15-1, defending state champs, respective class. You talk about the cliches in the girls' game that all came out in this game. In that game, got a ton of them here, and the Ravenna people are standing up. It's going to be nut city.
Obviously, both teams are going to be very aggressive. They're going to come out and be very physical, and we're getting a look at that right here early in the game. And now you see the turnover, the forced turnover by Ravenna.
I'll be interested to see how Beranek and Saborn, and there's the cut we talked about, the cutting ability. And they go to the big guy, Justin Kolwicki. He's a kid I want to watch because Coach Beranek says he's the tough guy, and he'll take on the other team's heavy hitter.
Absolutely, and Kolwicki, I tell you what, he's a great athlete. But the stands are just now starting to settle down a little bit. The people from Ravenna are just now starting to sit down in this game. Everybody was on their feet and looking for a big start from both these teams. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a barn burner.
Well, they called a charge on Kolwicki on that layup attempt, and meanwhile, Antoine Young comes down the other end and scores. And they get it over this side for three. No good off the side of the iron. He gets it back off the baseline. Shot is up. Can't get the roll. Young with the rebound.
And you know, we've talked many times about the speed of this Bellevue West team, and I'll tell you what, they are fast. And if Ravenna's got the endurance to hang with them, they're going to make a game out of it.
Foul is on Drake Beranek. That's his first, team second already. But it'll be interesting to see if Beranek and Saborn can get their range right away, because I think that'll change things. Young on the inbound, a little scoop, can't get the roll. Rebound, Kolwicki, stolen by Vandeman.
Nice job by Vandeman to put some body on him and force him to turn that ball over.
Shot, no good. Out to Young. His shot's no good. Fought for the rebound. Kolwicki came down with it, hit the deck. Let's see who they're going to call a foul on this time.
I think they're going to call it on Vandeman. Absolutely are.
His first, team first. Jeff Martin and Kolwicki got up and kind of patted each other after that play.
Take a look at it here. It's just a fight for the ball, and Vandeman was on the backside and got over him a little bit, a little too much contact.
Paul Beranek actually has Omaha ties, believe it or not. He is related to the Techmeyer family out of Millard. And backdoor cut. Beranek gets it, and he gets the foul.
And he plays the crowd. He looks right at his crowd of fans from Ravenna and does the arm pump. Here you get to take a look, and this is what they do best. They cut, and right there it is. Beranek comes airborne, lays the ball in, draws the foul. He's pumped up.
Vandeman with his second personal already. And Beranek hits the free throw. Beranek hits just under 90% from the line.
See, Terrence Allis comes in as they pull Vandeman out after that second foul.
Yeah, that forces Doug Woodard's hand probably a little earlier than he wanted, but as we saw a week ago against Central, Allis understands this offense. All good in the lane, won't go. He had a big game against Papillion La Vista on Friday night. Steal by Martin out front. He's ahead of the pack, and he lays it in.
Nice job by Martin to be on the ball. Great break. They obviously weren't going to catch him. Martin's got speed. He's got ball handling skills. He was gone.
There's that trap in the backcourt, and we've got a foul. It goes against Jeff Martin.
I tell you, Tori, we got a lot of fouls coming out early in this game.
What I like, though, on that breakout, Beranek did not grab his opponent.
Should be a natural reaction in that situation, but he's playing solid defense.
Three-pointer on the way, yeah! Saborn buries it, the 5'11" senior.
That's their three-point shooter. He's the guy to go to when they want 3 points. He's an 18.5 per game average. They're going to have to keep somebody on him.
Well, Kulwicki just picked up his second personal, and I'll tell you what, the Ravenna fans thought that was a clean play. Instead, Antoine Young will go and shoot two as you get a look at Doug Woodard. Steve Willits to your left. Steve, a longtime coach here at Bellevue West.
Young makes the first of his two shots here now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Justin Kulwicki gets into foul trouble early. That's going to make things different for Coach Baranek. But Kulwicki gets the rebound. Abe to Saborn. Opens up a path for himself, and he missed the jumper. Rebound comes down, picked off by Young. T-Birds coming the other way. Allgood has it. Oh, he stepped on the sideline. That's a turnover, and the Blue Jays get the ball back, and they have a 2-point lead.
I would tell you, the fans in this place from Ravenna are on every move, every play, every breath. They're up, they're down, they're yelling. They are into this game.
Well, as we mentioned in the girls' game, there are several lower-class schools represented here. Mike McMahon, the AD out at Scud, is here. Coach from Louisville is here.
Obviously a huge game, and everybody's looking to see what happens. I guess the question is just how good is this Ravenna team? Maybe that's what's in everybody's mind. They want to know just how good they truly are.
Well, some of the people in this area got a taste of that over the summer. Baranek fakes, goes on Allgood. Up off the glass is good.
I'll tell you, Baranek's a good ball player. For a big, tall, 6'4" guy, he handles the ball well, moves himself well.
And Allgood just got called for a reach-in on that rebound attempt. That's his first, team fourth. I'm sorry, team. Go ahead.
Jeff Allgood, 6'1", sophomore from Bellevue, called for the reach-in.
Well, over the summer in a Nebraska basketball development tournament, Ravenna was 7-0. They beat Central, Bryan, Lincoln Southeast, and Prep on their way to that undefeated tournament title.
You see Bellevue West trying to double team up and trap Baranek up further up the court there, and just he's able to get rid of the ball. They can't control him.
Back cut. Now they kick it around. Baranek for three. They left him open. Count it.
How impressive is this Ravenna team with their speed to get that cut. Then you see him fast break by Bellevue down to Jake Meyer. He puts the thing up for two. Both these teams are in high gear and running, Torrey.
Well, that's the thing on transition. You don't want to score a basket and give one up. No look pass by Baranek, almost stolen by Young. Blue Jays control. They get it in this corner for three. Yeah, count it. Holy cow, Logan Barrett with three. The Blue Jays are lighting it up early, folks. And we've got a foul before the shot. It's going to be on Tyler Saborn.
Call that on Saborn.
That's his first, team fourth. Each team has 14 fouls now. Barrett comes out of the lineup. We'll get another look at the basket down on this end.
Taking a look at this. He's just wide open. They're leaving him wide open out of that perimeter. And I got a feeling if Ravenna's the kind of team, if you're going to give them that shot, they're going to take it. I'll tell you what, they're going to make it.
Lucas Tonagis is into the lineup now for Ravenna, and Brett Engelbart, the sixth man for Bellevue West, is also in. Kulwicki with the board. Outlet pass. See if they go inside. They come across this way. Baranek for three. Yeah!
This Baranek is the player. He is the guy. He does it all. He rebounds. He hustles. He's where the ball comes down on offense and defense. And I'll tell you what, they've just forced Bellevue West to take a timeout. This crowd is on their feet.
There you see, 3:22 to go in the opening period, and the visiting Blue Jays with that 11-point lead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more electricity right here on Cox Sports. In Omaha and Lincoln, if your water's stinking and you're not drinking, you better call Hague Quality Water, the right solution. 1-800-369-4987 or HoagWaterNE.com. I should say Hague Water.
Hague with the A. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm getting too caught up in the game. No excuse.
Great game.
Wow.
Who has home court here? Who has the advantage here? I think there's more Ravenna fans than Bellevue West, although it's in the Bellevue West auditorium.
Hollis misses. Meyer with the rebound, taken away by Baranek. Control by Habe on the far sideline. Out to Saborn. Now you watch the Blue Jays, they lull you to sleep while you're on defense, and then they find the back cutter, or they'll isolate somebody out front. Baranek faked the three, but you have to be careful because he's already buried some. Kulwicki trap, but he gets it out. Come around this side to Saborn, and we have a whistle and a foul. It's going on Antoine Young.
Okay, this Ravenna team, they do a great job of getting their body movement in the right time, in the right place, forcing fouls from Bellevue West, and it's working.
His first, team fifth. Non-shooting violation.
See some young guys here, look like players from Bryan High School. People from all over come to watch this matchup.
Bronick with the putback. Down the other end, layup missed by Young. No whistle. Here come the Blue Jays. Three-pointer. No. Boy, that would have taken this crowd up to the sky. Gets it back. No look pass. And Habe can't handle it. It's knocked out of bounds by Bellevue West. Jeff Martin got his hand in it, and the Blue Jays will get it out of bounds under their own hoop.
There you see it, 19-6. Ravenna running off with this first period of the game anyway. Bellevue West going to have to get on the horse. They're going to keep up.
Bronick with 13 points, 2 threes. Saborn and Barron have 3-pointers each. Abe with it. Look at the Blue Jays are stretching it out further and further so they can get somebody open in the back cut. But they do a good job on the back cut. If they hit the man and somebody's open out front, they'll kick it back out front. There he is underneath, and he gets another one.
Tell you what, Bellevue West is doing everything they can to keep that in the back of their head and know that that's coming. They still can't stop it.
Bronick averages over 25 points a game. He already has 15. Inside, Meyer with a turnaround is good. The Ravenna crowd is up on its feet. They've stood more than they've sat. Underneath the back cut.
It's that backdoor cut again. I tell you, they live by that thing. Bellevue West is going to have to get somebody back there to shut that door, or it's going to get ugly early.
And then Martin lost it out of bounds on the far side, but they say it went off Ravenna. Well, I got to be honest with you, folks. I didn't see who scored that last basket for Ravenna. I couldn't see. I mean, with the crowd, and I'm trying to stay.
I think it was 21, I think.
Tyler Saborn.
Saborn made that shot.
Yeah, because the PA announcer didn't even say who it was. So, and then Allgood across the lane hits.
Brings the Bellevue Student Center alive a little bit. Got some cheering going on. And a steal, and it's coming back the other way.
Oh, what a block by Bronick. Oh, that really gets the Ravenna crowd crazy.
Take another look at that block. Here it is. Nice job, Bellevue West for the shot. Boom, denied. Bronick, 6'4", I'm telling you. He's tearing it up on both sides of the court.
Well, Bellevue West gets the ball back. Engelbart. Martin
nice
got it
by
to
Martin.
go, and he'll draw the foul.
I think Bellevue West is going to have to be aggressive like that and force their way to the basket. Look for those fouls. Try to get some more points on the board before they get out of this first period.
Yeah, and it's important that they hit the free throws. He has a chance to complete the three-point play here.
3-12, you better take them. Get them all.
That'll give Martin 5 points. I believe they call a foul on Logan Barrett of Ravenna, his first. Bronick fakes. Well, I'll tell you what, he's already shown he can hit the perimeter shot. When he goes up, you can't let off him, even if it's a fake. You have to play full defense. Habe with it. Out front, Meyer picks him up. Backdoor, Bronick.
They left Meyer out front on the point guard. He gets tripped up, falls down. Wide open lane to make the pass to Bronick in the back door. They're eating him up with that cutting. Taking a look at it here. They put the big guy Meyer out front. He falls down. Lane's wide open. He just makes his move. 2 points.
He has 17 first period points. Make it 18.
Make that 3 points on that play.
Wow. Here you see, en masse, they're here from Ravenna and surrounding towns. But I'll tell you what, Doug Woodard said that, you know, we have to be careful because they'll draw the big guy out, and then Veronica will want to take him on the dribble, or they'll find a back cut.
Exactly what they've been doing, right to their game plan. WS hasn't done anything to adjust to shut that game plan down.
Three-pointer on the way. No good, all good, missed at the buzzer. We've played the first 8 minutes here at Bellevue West. And the visiting Class C2 Ravenna Bluejays have a 13-point lead over the Class A defending champ, Bellevue West Thunderbirds. We'll be back for the second period right here on Cox Sports. Pause and rewind live TV with a digital video recorder. And then you can tape crazy people like that. With a DVR from Cox, you can take control of your television viewing, record up to 50 hours of programming, even record high def, plus automatically record your favorite shows. Watch TV on your schedule. Call 934-6831 to order DVR today. Back to live action. Start of the second period. Veronica inside the free throw line, puts it down. 20 points already for him.
You got to stop and look at 28 points for the team, 20 for him. He is a one-man show out here tonight.
All good for three. It won't go. Rebound Habe on the weak side. Down court. A very rare turnover by Ravenna tonight. Got a little too wild with the ball that time. And
they got it back on the out of bounds. It looked like Martin when it slid out of bounds with the ball. Ravenna's going to get it back.
wow, because that official there pointed the other way originally. So the Blue Jays still alive. Kulwicki picked up 2 fouls early. He's been able to stay out of foul trouble since. Gave up his dribble, though. He needs to get rid of it. Habe on the far side comes this way to Saborn, to Kulwicki. And the big guy gives it off to Habe. Habe looking for someone on the back cut. Can't find anybody. They're going to have to keep it on the perimeter. Ball knocked away and controlled by Vandermint. Bellevue West almost threw it away. They did. One-on-one. Saborn on Vandermint. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And Vandermint just picked up foul number 3.
You're taking another look at this series of events on the steal. It's just a bad pass behind Young. And he comes in for the drive, and Vandermint just lays on him as they go up. Obvious foul.
And Saborn can't hit the front end of a 2-shot foul, as Vandermint will have to come out. And Allis comes back in. Terrence Allis, a 6'2" senior for Bellevue West. Here's Paul Beranek, head coach out at Ravenna. And Saborn hits the back end. It gives him 6 points. His first point this period.
How many times this year do you think that Bellevue West has been held to 13 points this late in the game, Torrey?
Well, I didn't think I'd see it, to be honest with you, as Young misses that off-balance runner. You know, the other thing that we really haven't talked about, because we've just been so dazzled, at least I have, by the offensive end, they're boxing out on defense to get the rebound. Oh,
absolutely. They're doing a great job. Bellevue West isn't getting a lot of second and third opportunities down on offense. If they don't make their first shot, it's pretty much going the other end of the court.
Pass intended for Kulwicki, knocked out of bounds. Prior to that, though, Habe would have been open on a backdoor cut, but he slipped and fell on the baseline. So they had to reset. I'll tell you, Beranek does a lot of things besides scoring. He'll take the inbound pass. There's a look at the stats brought to you by Farmhouse Cafe and Bakery, the official caterer for Cox Sports, located at 84th and Grover.
And I'll tell you, the telltale here, as you really take a look, it's that 3-point range. Bellevue West was not able to drain a 3-pointer versus the 4 that Ravenna had. Turnovers are pretty close, free throws close. 3-point range is the difference in the game so far.
Kulwicki, fade away, won't go. Got caught off balance in the paint. Bellevue West with the board. Into Hollis, and he can't get it. And we're going to have a foul. They'll call it from behind.
Call it on Hollis, I believe. He's going to get called for the foul after the missed shot. Came down and fouled.
So we'll go to the other end and shoot the 1-on-1. James Habe will be at the line.
Take another look at the foul call. And here's Hollis. Perfect opportunity to lay it up off the glass, get the points, and then you can see he just came down a little over-aggressive trying to get the ball back.
Abe misses the front end of the 1-on-1. Beranek with the putback. A lot of collision, no whistle. Gets it back again. Double pumps and gets hammered. Oh, man. Hollis buried Beranek.
Well, and I wondered how long it would be before this Bellevue West team would start, you know, letting emotion get in the way, start getting frustrated, which they have, and then start this flagrant fouling.
Beranek will shoot 2. I mentioned earlier, he's shooting just a couple tenths under 90% from the line.
89.7%.
That's Larry Bird stuff, Tony.
I'll tell you, you know this kid spends a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time shooting hoops.
But like Coach Beranek told me, because he is the coach's kid, sometimes it's a little heavier on Drake than it is on everybody else.
Absolutely, at least Dad can admit it. Doesn't mean he can change, but.
I joked a lot with Paul when I talked to him, but you look at Drake, you look at Paul, who has the better set of hair there?
Yeah, but if you're Drake, you've got to think, is that what I had to look forward to?
I don't know, man. You know how much hype this game has pulled? We have overflow crowd watching this game in the Bellevue West cafeteria. So if you guys can hear us in there, hello from Cox Sports. Hope you're enjoying everything. Inside, can't get it to go. Meyer missed the shot. Engelbart with it, back to Meyer on the baseline. Nice little move around the defense, lays it in.
And he draws the foul. And I think I heard Nick say there's 100+ people in that overflow room. And here's another look at it. Meyer just being very aggressive, forcing his way in there, going up for the basket, and drawing the foul.
Well, the tough thing about that is Cole Wickey just picked up his 3rd personal. One more on the Blue Jays, and the T-Birds are in the bonus for the rest of this half. One more team foul on the Bellevue West, and Ravenna's in the double bonus. Logan Barrett back into the ball game for Paul Beranek's Blue Jays. Got to clean some moisture up off the floor.
Good look here at Jake Meyer, number 4, the 6'6" senior from Bellevue West. Coach Beranek.
Yeah, and he said he's not totally unfamiliar with Bellevue West. He had a chance to coach Michael Jenkins and Josh Dotzler in some off-season basketball.
I'll tell you, he's got a heck of a program going on out at Ravenna.
Myers completes a 3-point play. Beranek had it, lost it. Barrett picked it up. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
And you know what's crazy about that? You take a look at Logan Barrett there. He's standing there just waiting on the ball. All kinds of time. Nobody's even finding him. They're all getting so focused in on Beranek now, they're losing sight of the rest of the players.
And in that sequence, Barrett originally touched the ball on this near wing. Engelbart comes back and answers for the T-Birds his first set of points tonight.
So Bellevue trying to put a little pressure on at that end of the court, which means they didn't get back in time to play defense, but got lucky there. He missed a shot.
Yeah, Saborn couldn't get it to go. Antoine Young passes off to Allgood, fakes a 3, goes around. Hey, blaze it up and in.
4 Blue Jays jerseys standing around him. He just works his way, weaves his way in there and puts it up for 2. Nice job. You see Bellevue West starting to decide that they got to come out and play ball.
Well, with 4:12 to go in the half, there you see the score. 13-point lead for visiting Ravenna over Bellevue West. We'll be back with more on Cox Sports. Wow, there they are. They all, hey, yeah, how you doing? Those are the folks who didn't get here early enough to get a seat in the gymnasium, but they came anyway to support both teams.
And Tori, how early would that have had to been, you think?
11 o'clock this morning. Yeah, they were here, I'll tell you. They were tailgating mid-morning to early afternoon, and that's over in the Bellevue West cafeteria, just a few steps away from the gymnasium. God bless those folks for being loyal, I'll tell you.
God bless Cox TV for running cable and setting the big screen up so everybody could get a chance to watch the game.
I didn't want to do selfless
I
promotion,
can do that.
But,
I can do
yes,
that.
you can.
I'm the part-time gigger.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know they got to be talking over on the Bellevue bench. Veronic, stop and pop, can't get it to go, and Martin cradle that thing with both hands. Young finds a path. You know, Antoine will go to the hoop.
Lord, are they getting aggressive now? And we talked before this game started, Tori, about the long stretch, the long haul down the court. Who's got the most fresh legs? And this is where it's going to start showing up as we get later into the period.
That was Antoine's first points of this period. He has 5 overall. Saborn for 3.
Boy, if the three-point range can hurt a team, it's hurt this Bellevue West team tonight.
Oh, foul out front. That's going to be a 3-shot foul. Boy, I'll tell you what, Lucas Tona just turned around and said, what? And that's going to send Jake Meyer to the line for 3.
Well, big 6'6" Jake Meyer laying on his back at the end of the shot. I think he's going to get the foul. Here you get taking a look at it. He just stops and pops. He comes up and just hammers him. Shoulder, backside.
Well, I think these are big free throws, and he misses the first one.
That's where your foul pays off.
Right, because he didn't hit the three-pointer, and he's not going to get 3 points now. Now, the Ravenna student section is just to our right here, below us. And they're trying to put the hex on Meyer, and it appears to be working as Barrett comes back into the ball game for Ravenna.
We got a chance to watch Meyer last week, and he was pretty solid from the free throw line. He's normally a pretty good free throw shooter. So evidently you're right. That hex is messing with him.
That one he rainbows through and gets the very last one. He has 8. And his last 2 points have come from the line, but not without 2 misses in between. A little bit of pressure by the T-Birds. There's a trap on Baranek. Saborn guarded by Young. Well, they know Saborn can hit the 3 as well as Baranek. So now what do you do?
Like I say, Ravenna's got a lot of patience, though. They got a lot of passes in their game plan, and they just keep moving the ball, moving around until they either get somebody open for the cut or somebody standing out there on the 3-point range.
Saborn. Oh, found a path, lays it up and in.
That's you know, Bellevue West is running that man-to-man defense, and as soon as they get a man burnt, it opens the lane up.
Veronica almost with a steal, but Engelbart covers it up. I'll tell you what, these guys play like Pete Carrill Princeton basketball. Kowicki with the board, took it right away from Meyer.
Kowicki 3 inches shorter and just steals it out of his hands.
Well, Paul Baranek told me he's the tough kid. He says, Coach, give me their toughest guy. I want him. You have to love a kid like that, Tony.
Absolutely, and he proves up. He's not just talking it.
Right. And he's not, I mean, he's tall, but he's not physically wide.
No.
He's just a tough kid. Saborn, and Young blocked him up, and we have a foul on Antoine Young. That's his second.
I'll tell you, this Ravenna team, they are great at drawing fouls. Just like there, you kind of start like you're going to go, you back out, and you get a good look at it right here. He starts up like he's coming in, and then he just turns his shoulder and forces Young to foul him.
The Blue Jays are now in the double bonus. That was the 10th team foul on Bellevue West, so Saborn will get 2. Missed. 15-point lead for the visitors as we get another look at Paul Baranek.
Good look at Tyler Saborn, 5'11" senior from Ravenna, as he's at the free throw line.
Buries that one. He has a dozen. Baseline drive up and no good by Allgood. Now, and then when Bellevue West does get a shot off, Tony, they're only getting 1 shot per possession.
Well, and that time, Allgood outran his team. There was nobody else down there. You know, it's almost like they're in a desperation mode that I got to hurry up and get down there and take a shot. Wait for your team, get somebody in position that can get maybe that offensive rebound, give you a chance.
And there's a blocking foul, and that's going to go on John Grabowski, who just came into the game. That's his first. And there was another good example of it. Antoine Young really didn't have a lot of teammates around the hoop, but he figured, I'm gonna take you to school.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, in this case, obviously he draws the foul, but you know, if you don't and you miss that shot, there's nobody to help you out because your body momentum's taking you past the hoop.
Young does hit the first of 2. Here you see him. He's already committed to go to Creighton. Tonight he plays against the Blue Jays. In a couple of years, he'll be a Blue Jay.
Gotta wonder if Boronic's looking at playing some D1 ball somewhere.
Well, you know, I'd like to think he's got a shot because, I mean, kid has the right moves to be able to play. But it's tough to gauge, you know, really. I mean, not to say anything against the lower class basketball, but if you're really good, you can look good against the smaller teams.
That may be one of the advantages for them to come down here and play this game is give somebody a chance to see what his net worth is.
Oh, Justin Kulwicki with the three. 17-point lead. Close to a travel. Then Meyer lost it, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go back to Bellevue West. What do you think's going through that guy's mind right now, Tone?
But, you know, he's got to be thinking, yeah, this is good, but it can be better, and we can't let our defense down. We can't drop our guard. This game is far from over. That's
the answer I was hoping you'd give. Because even though he's out in Ravenna, he's no stranger to big-time basketball because of the off-season teams he gets to coach and the players that he becomes familiar with. Inside to Meyer, that's what they wanted, and he draws the foul, but he couldn't get the hoop.
Starting to get a look at some of these Ravenna players. Boronik, I don't think he's been out of the game yet. You can see that they're starting to show some exhaustion, starting to show a little bit of fatigue going on. And we'll see how that plays out late in the game.
And that foul called on Grabowski, his second. Meyer with the first of two. Boy, look at Meyer's second gas. I mean, he's really breathing heavy. I mean, it's been a tough game.
Well, it's been a fast pace up and down the court, and you know, you need Meyer in there for the rebounding factor.
He gets it as Terrence Allis is back in the lineup, and Meyer now has double figures with 10 points.
Just 52 seconds left in this first half. Unbelievable how fast this game has gone.
So if this game continues like this, you get home early. What's your wife going to say? I didn't expect you home at 11.
Just want to know if I went to the game.
Yeah, you got 2 more hours. Go back outside. There's a turnover. Oh, Martin for 3. Got it!
All by himself. Everybody thought he was going to break hard for the basket. Stops, pops, drains the 3. It's 42-30, 12-point difference.
And then Allis forced a play by Boronik.
Boronik trying to throw the ball off of his leg. He was out pleading his case, but didn't look like it hit his leg. It's just a turnover by Bellevue West. He's got the ball back.
Well, what's tough is Boronik left his feet. And, I mean, how many times has every athlete in any sport been caught in post-game films by the coach saying, don't leave your feet, don't leave your feet.
Absolutely, getting maybe a little overconfident out there.
Well, in basketball, once you leave your feet, you have to make a decision. You can't do nothing. Hollis tried to drive, and he got fouled on the floor before the shot.
You call that on Saborin.
That is Tyler's second. And both teams now are in the double bonus.
You know, some of the things you start seeing when they get tired, fatigue comes in, can't quite move as fast, or get out of the way, they start fouling more.
Hollis got the first one. He's in the book for the first time tonight.
That's Young.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. They both have a 0 on their back. That's 3-0.
Well, you know, I gave the point to Antoine, but I called him Hollis, so I apologize to everybody.
That's all right.
He's hit 4 straight free throws. That's 9 points.
And they give him a break and set him out with 20.5 seconds left. The clock is running, and they're looking for that one shot from Ravenna, I believe.
Tyler Vanderman, or check that. Kyle Wilson is in the lineup. You watch the seconds. You can count it down with us. Saborn goes to the hoop. Got it! And enough harassment in the backcourt prevents Bellevue West from getting a shot off before the end of the half. And if you're joining us late, yes, that is not a mistake. That is the score from Bellevue West. Ravenna with a 12-point lead over the defending Class A boys state champion Bellevue West T-Birds. And boy, there you get a good look at a lot of the people who made the trip from Ravenna. all the way here from Bellevue West. We talked about the overflow crowd. We talked about the tailgating that started late morning to early afternoon. It's just been a tremendous situation.
No interview.
Well, we are at halftime, and let's quickly go over some individual scoring. Drake Baranek had 20 points, or 18 points in the first period. He now has 22. Teammate Tyler Saborn with 14. 10 for Jake Meyer and 9 for Antoine Young. 10 also for Jeff Martin as he hit a three-pointer down the end of this first half. Tony, some quick thoughts.
Well, I think they started to isolate and zero in on Baranek a little bit in that second period. That shut his scoring down a little bit, and that's obviously made a difference in the game. And you can also start to see that those starting players, a couple of them there, they don't come out much. They're starting to get a little tired. It'll be interesting to see how they recover from the half.
All right, well, don't go anywhere because we'll be back with second half action right here on Cox Sports. Well, we're minutes away from the start of the second half of this game from Bellevue West High School between the Thunderbirds and Ravenna. And down with the Ravenna head coach Paul Baranek is our own Nick Handley. Nick.
Thanks a lot, guys. Right now with Coach Baranek, and what a great first half so far. You guys seem to really execute your offense. What'd you tell the guys at halftime?
Well, we need to maintain, but we also talked about the 2 times we were really stupid about dribbling the traps. You know, Bell West keeps the pressure on you, and then they throw a curveball at you with a little half-court action. And that, around the state, everybody says that's when they're really tough. And when they're behind, they do that a lot, so we got to be ready.
Talk about the exciting atmosphere here for this game. How fun has it been so far?
Well, we don't get this in Ravenna because we only have 1,300 people. This is 3 times larger than our town, so our guys are feeding on it, but hopefully they're maintaining at a level right now.
All right, great job in the first half. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick. And I'll tell you what, Tony, tell me Paul Baranek does not pay attention to the little things. He got specific in the number of times he said our team dribbled stupidly into traps.
Twice.
Yeah.
Not that it was 20 or 10. No. Twice. And he's picking on that. And I will guarantee you, when they're in the locker room at halftime, he brought that up.
Oh, I bet you there's a big 2 on the chalkboard in that locker room.
And it's amazing. I mean, he's got a 12-point lead against a really good Bellevue West team, and he's still focusing on those details. Let's don't make those mistakes, because he knows. He's been in this game long enough. He knows anything can happen. You're not going to give this game up now.
All right, well, as we go to first half highlights, I'm going to do this to you as I do every game. You're Coach Doug Woodard of Bellevue West. What do you say?
Well, and, you know, some of the things, we got to see Bellevue West, you know, when they played Central and the loss they had a week ago. I think one of the things he's had to tell them is, hey, settle down. Let's go out and play our game. They've allowed Ravenna to take their game plan away from them. They've got frustrated. They got down. They didn't handle it well. You got to tell your guys to settle down. Let's play basketball like they're any other team. Forget the crowd. Forget the hype. Let's go out and play our game.
And as we continue to see the highlights, I want to throw out a special thanks to Jimmy Lepomic, who's manning the replay. Actually, yeah, I guess Jimmy is. He usually is there. I know that we had some changes overnight, but I'll tell you what, we rack them up, and Jimmy's right on top of him. But there's the kid, Baranek, number 31. He has just been incredible for the visiting Blue Jays.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to see most of these highlight films on either end of the court are going to have him in it. He has been on both ends of the court. He's running hard. He's playing hard. He's staying in, not taking time out of the game, obviously. He's an athlete.
Well, there you see it, and we're getting ready for the start of this second half of the Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week. Tori Pantelian, Tony Foster, Nick Handley, and the rest of the Cox Sports production crew, the guys who make it easy for Nick, Tony, and I, as you get a good look at Paul Baranek, his team with that 12-point lead, and here we go. Thunderbirds will take it to start the second half. Martin for 3. Yeah, well, we'll see what this leads to.
And that looked more like the Bellevue West Thunderbirds that we're used to watching.
Oh, no kidding.
They come out, they set their plan, and they do it early, get the guy open out on the top of the key, and he takes the shot and he makes it. One of the things that happened that first half, Bellevue West missed a lot of huge shots, a lot of 2-point and 3-point shots that they normally make.
Well, there's a turnover right off the bat, a 3-point shot in their first possession, and then they force a turnover. There you see Doug Woodard at the Bellevue West bench. Tyler Vandermint there with the ball starting this half, even though he has 3 personals. He picked up his first 2 early in the first period. Antoine Young tried to penetrate.
You get enough to take a look at this, and I've been watching Young with Sabourin on him all night, and Sabourin's been playing him awful heavy and tight and been getting away with a lot. And you see right there, he even looks like, well, what are you calling that on me for? He's all over him. He has been the whole game. Young staying calm and dealing with it this half.
Yeah, this time Sabourin gave him a forearm. Oh, but then Sabourin comes back, takes away that inbound pass. Martin a little bit more active out front. Veronica with an off-balance shot. Can't get it to go. And Meyer comes away with a rebound.
You know, Young's so impressive because he's a sophomore. He's just a young guy out here on this Bellevue West team. And I'll tell you what, he hangs in there and he's as good as any of them.
Well, Jeff Allgood with a putback off of Martin, three-point miss. And now we're going to have a foul near midcourt on Antoine Young. Of course, the home crowd doesn't like it. That's his third. That's huge.
Take a look at Young there. He's not happy about it either. They never are, though.
James Habe. Let's see if they can work that back cut like they did so successfully the first half.
You watch Meyer back there. Jake Meyer, number 4. He's keeping his back closer to the basket now, trying to keep that back door closed. Well, look at Veronica. Calling for charging.
Yeah. Well, they had a call similar to that on Kulwicki early in the game.
Get a look at Veronica arguing with the official there. Not happy with the call. Here we're going to take another look at it. The camera won't lie to us. If you take a look at Veronica, you see, oh, absolutely charging. I don't know what Veronica's thinking. He's standing there waiting for him, flat-footed, and he drives right into him with his shoulder. That, my friend, is charging.
Yeah, because once you leave the floor, you have responsibility over what your own body does. And he came down on a stationary defensive player. Yeah, he might not like it, but there's no question. Young misses the layup. Veronica with the board.
Great move by Young to get around him, just couldn't get it in.
They got to move the ball. There's that two-man trap, and we've got to jump.
I believe that goes to Ravenna. Bellevue West obviously making some adjustments on defense. Caused some havoc.
Yeah, a lot more aggressive this half.
Just playing basketball instead of trying to show off or try to be dominating in this game.
Barrett, Kulwicki, who comes out front. They run that motion offense, and they'll have everybody at one place, a different place before the whole game is over in that set. Kulwicki baseline, blocked off, puts up the shot, no good. All good with the board, gets it down to Martin. Three-pointer on the way, yeah.
Drano for Martin. I tell you what, he has really stepped up this second half, this third period. That's a 44-40. Ravenna feeling the lead, slipping away from them.
Yeah, 2 straight three-pointers. Actually, 3 straight when you go back to the second period for Martin. Well, we've got 5:15 to go in the third period. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week on Cox Sports. Welcome back to Bellevue West High School, and Nick Hanley has a very special guest for us here on Cox Sports. Nick?
Well, no stranger to Bellevue West, no stranger to folks in Nebraska. We're joined by Eric Strickland, who played here at Bellevue West, played for Nebraska, then played basketball for the Dallas Mavericks. Eric, what an atmosphere. Have you ever seen anything like this in high school basketball?
It's really good. It's been a while since I've seen something like this. I think the closest we could have came when we played Benson back when I was a senior here. And it was very raucous like this.
So what are you up to these days now?
Well, I'm working in the Dallas Mavericks organization in the front office and doing a lot of work in the community as well as lifting up and holding up the image of the basketball team and doing a lot of things with corporate sponsors and everything. So I'm just really enjoying staying around the game.
All right, Eric, we appreciate you visiting with us, and always a class act. Great job and a great career here and in your future endeavors. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Nick. And, of course, Eric also played baseball at the minor league level. As Sabourin misses the back end of a 2-shot foul. He got the first one. He now has 15 points.
That foul was by Allgood. set that up for the 2-point.
Oh, charge on Meyer now. He leaned in just a little bit when he tried to put that in.
Gonna take a look at the replay here, Tori. You see Meyer as he starts to drive, and Bronick plants his feet, waits for him to hit him. That's charging.
Call it on one end, you have to call it on the other.
Both ways, you got to give the referees credit.
I've been in town long enough now where I actually saw Eric Strickland play here. Bellevue West, we did some games on Cox Sports. Here's a halftime stats brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Bakery, the official caterer of Cox Sports, located at 84th and Grover.
We talk about that first half, and again, the 3-point range. Bellevue West 1 for 6, Ravenna 6 for 9. Both of them taking about the same number of field goal tries, turnovers. Ravenna a few more. That's the difference in the games, that 3-point game. But as we've seen this second half start up, Bellevue West has come back and got back in that 3-point game.
And they've been a lot scrappier this half as well, as we saw on that play there, diving for balls, laying out for stuff. They cut that big lead by Ravenna down to 4, actually, and now it's at 5 after Soborn's free throws earlier. Here comes some full court pressure by the T-Birds. Bellevue West trying to take the lead. They've trailed most of this game. Down by 17 at one point. Oh, look at that.
Ravenna did a nice job of picking their timing, and when they wanted to come off that baseline, Bellevue West was keeping the door closed, keeping it closed. As soon as they left it open, boom, they were there.
And that's what they effectively did successfully in the first half.
I'm going to call that on Soborn. He's pleading his case. The official, or I guess that wasn't Soborn. Here you get to take a look at it. They're going to get him for the reach in. Contact right there as he was going up for the shot.
He has 4, but personals, but Young misses the first of 2. So the T-Birds trying to crawl back closer. They've got themselves back into the game, although they trail by 7.
See Soborn out of the game. A little foul trouble with 4. They pulled him out. And this is you find out how deep your bench is. Could be the difference in this game tonight.
Young with 10 points. Habe with it now. Off the pass from Soborn. And rejected. We have a charge on Habe. Slammed into Young.
Boy, you hear the crowd. They're a little unhappy with that. We're going to take a look at it from floor level. You see him standing there, and there it is. Young standing there waiting on him. Another good call by the officials. I know the crowd's not happy sometimes with calls, but our cameraman was there, got the job done, and that was a good call by the officials.
Jeff Martin for 3. Off the far side of the iron, Bronick, who's been quiet since a very big first period. Trying to be patient. Bronick puts up a 3. Can't get it to go. Ball is loose. Young with it. Stops in the lane. Doesn't get the roll. Kowicki with the board. And then Vanderman tipped it away. But Habe's able to control for the Blue Jays. 6-point Ravenna lead. But it's almost a given as we have a foul out front on Young. But it's almost a given, and especially in a game like this, I think the visiting fans come to the home team's court expecting to get homered by the officials.
Well,
you know, I think that's just, you know, it's a mental situation.
You always think they're out to get you. You don't notice it when it goes the other way, but when it comes your way, obviously it's you have more attention to it. And Young, with his 4th foul, starting to show some foul trouble.
Forced some decisions by Doug Woodard. Non-shooting foul. Soborn with it. Can't get by Engelbart, who's just into the ball game. And he's double teamed, and they lost Kowicki on the baseline, so they have to reset. And we've got a travel call on Habe. Again, in-your-face defense out front by Bellevue West.
We talk about the pace changing, though, 47-41 and holding. Both teams struggling to get to the basket.
Yeah, because the T-Birds have had several opportunities to really get closer than this, and they just haven't done it. Step up by Martin, in and out. Martin had hit 3 straight three-pointers, and now he can't buy a basket. Beranek for 3. No! Comes back out front, though, to Habe. The hesitation, and the double pump layup is good.
Nice job by Habe to come in around the 2 defenders with a double pump and get the 2 points for his team.
8-point lead now for Ravenna, but back comes Bellevue West. Engelbart now has 4. Beranek pushing it down the floor, lean-in layup, no good. Rebound, Martin. All good, launches a 3. Top of the key, off the front of the rim. And we'll have a foul on the rebound attempt.
I think that's going to be on Engelbart. Yes, it is. The 6'1" sophomore for Bellevue West.
That's his second. And Doug Woodard trying to get his point across, and we're going to have a timeout. Ravenna calls a timeout with 1:37 to go in the 3rd period. There you see a 6-point Ravenna lead over Bellevue West. And we'll be back with more on Cox Sports. Pause and rewind live TV with a digital video recorder, and with a DVR from Cox, you can take control of your television viewing, record up to 50 hours of programming, even record high def. Plus, you automatically record your favorite shows and watch TV on your schedule. Call 934-6831 to order DVR today. Tell you what, it's a great piece of equipment. You do some great things with the DVR. Habe finds the path down the lane.
Bellevue West left the lane wide open that time. You see a turnover here.
Didn't get the basket.
But he got the foul.
Well, where'd he go on the line? He'll shoot 2.
See Terrence Hollis a little upset there with that call.
Jake Meyer just picked up his second personal. Saborn for 2. Gets the first one. He now has 16 points. Things are kind of, even though Bellevue West pushed it up at the start of the half and crawled in a little closer, things have kind of slowed down on the as far as scoring wise.
Yeah, both sides have slowed down just a little bit, and I don't know if that's by design by Ravenna, just trying to burn clock and hang on for this lead, or if it's just the way the game's playing out. See Ravenna putting some full court pressure on them here. Looking for Martin in the 3-point, couldn't find it.
Lucas Tonagis is into the lineup for the Blue Jays, but down the lane and up and good is Jeff Allgood.
And we're just under a minute.
He has 6 points for this half, this period. Beranek looking. Vandermeer working on Beranek. Took him to the baseline. Now they've got to kick it back out. John Rabowski is also into the ball game for the Blue Jays. Habe in trouble, finally got rid of it. Bellevue West fans want it traveling, don't get the call. Backdoor cut, threw it out of bounds. Haven't seen that many times tonight.
No, and I tell you, Bellevue West is doing a good job of closing that back door, forcing them to move the ball back out front. Then they come out and play them a tough D out on the top of the key. Then they come back to the door. They're just doing a lot better job of controlling Ravenna.
All good from this side. Can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Ravenna. Beranek can't shake Meyer at the buzzer, just off the rim by Habe. Well, we go into the final 8 minutes of this game, and the visiting Ravenna Blue Jays hold an 8-point lead over the home Bellevue West Thunderbirds. The complete nutrition high school basketball of the game of the week continues on Cox Sports. Cox Digital Cable subscribers, every complete nutrition game of the week can be seen on your time, free with on-demand. Simply select local programming and local sports on channel 998 or call 934-6831 to order Cox Digital Cable. Final 8 minutes of this complete nutrition high school game of the week between Bellevue West and Ravenna. And the C2 defending champion Ravenna Bluejays lead the Class A defending champion Bellevue West Thunderbirds by 8. T-Birds will start the period. Final 8 minutes with the ball. Moving around that perimeter, and Young playing with 4 fouls into Meyer with a nice spin move, and he missed it. You can't afford to do that in a game like this. There's that trap. They call it jump ball, but the arrow points to the Blue Jays.
Take another look at it right here. They got him tied up. They get the jump call. I tell you, you're starting to see some frustration by Ravenna now. Some of that could be fatigue. Some of it could just be they thought they were going to run away with this game, and it didn't happen for them. And I tell you, Jake Meyer was a little upset earlier running down the court. He got knocked down by Kowicki, and no whistle, no call, and he's a little frustrated.
Oh, we got a 4-point play coming up. Fouled on the shot. And that's a 3-pointer. So all good at the line.
That shuts the lead down to 5 with a chance to close it to 4.
That foul on Drake Baranek, his 3rd, team 5th.
And he drains it. 53-49 is the new score here.
And that gives Algood 10 points on the night.
You see the pressure by the T-Birds.
Well, they've had it down to 4 points once before earlier in the half. There you see the 3rd quarter stats brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Bakery, the official caterer of Cox Sports, located at 84th and Grover.
And you look at the field goals, pretty even. Again, the 3-point range. Ravenna making 6, Bellevue West only 3. But you see Bellevue West is starting to close the gap, and the turnovers are the telltale of this the 3rd quarter.
Now Meyer missed on 2 opportunities, and Baranek with the rebound gets it quickly down court. They find Saborn.
To Young for the drive. And they're going to call that, I believe, on James Habe.
Saborn now has 19 after that lay-in. So Habe now with 2 personals, both this half, 6 total team fouls.
Good look at Coach Woodard.
3-pointer on the way by Young, no good. Rebound, Meyer, he got it! And there's a foul.
And I'll tell you what, I don't care what team you're for here today, you're on your feet. This place is starting to get exciting.
Foul on Kowicki, his 4th. Big free throw for Meyer. Missed. Rebound Baranek.
And they're going to call.
I guess we got a foul against Bellevue West. Yeah, in the backcourt. It'll be on Vandeman, his 4th. He had 3 the first half. Now we'll go down the other end because both teams are in the bonus situation. And that's going to put Kowicki at the line for a 1-on-1 as Terrence Ollis is back into the lineup for Bellevue West. A lot of noise from that Bellevue West student section, and he's shooting right into it.
May had something to do with the fact he missed.
I mean, they were all on their feet just screaming at him.
See, Ollis stopped his dribble a little too early there and got him in some trouble.
Comes out of it. There should be somebody open.
That's Young.
3 Blue Jays out at midcourt. Shot missed. Martin for 3. Off the front of the rim. Allgood chases it down. Into Ollis. Got it.
55-53, about the closest this game's been since the first minute of the game.
And then they force a turnover. Bellevue West does.
Bellevue West has come alive in this 4th period, Torrey.
Yeah, now we'll see if Ravenna can hold it together. You see Doug Woodard ordering and giving his instructions. 3, probably not the best shot selection at that point in time.
Really thought because of the turnover they'd do something different. Look, we have an opportunity. Look out for the foul there.
Yeah, nice play by Ollis to force the turnover, and the foul will go against Barrett.
Barrett coming in with a body block.
Yeah, reaching in.
At least. Get to take another look at it here. The steal, they tied him up, got the ball away. He just comes in and just shoulders him. You need to remind him this isn't football, it's basketball. And there it is. It's a tie game, Tori. And the student section of Bellevue West is going absolutely wild.
And now we've got a foul the other way in the backcourt.
It's going to be on all good.
So now the fouls are starting to rack up here. And that will put James Habe at the line. He'll shoot the bonus.
We've got to have, what, 4 or 5 players with 4 fouls between the two teams here? This could come down to who gets in foul trouble and who leaves the game.
Yeah. I mean, 2 on each team have 4 fouls. If we've got a timeout on the floor with 5:13 to go in the game, we're even at 55 between Bellevue West and Ravenna. We'll be back with more Complete Nutrition High School Game of the Week right here on Cox Sports. 5:13 to go in this ball game. We're even at 55, and there's some more of the Complete Nutrition High School basketball games of the week. They are all doubleheaders, girls first. You can see them at 5 o'clock. The boys' games will follow immediately. Those are the playback dates. This place has gone nuts. Ravenna jumped out to a double-digit lead early and held it most of the game, and now Bellevue West has tied it just moments ago. James Habe for Ravenna can break the tie. No, he does not. All good with it. He's double teamed. He's got to get rid of it. He threw it right to Sabor, and he lays it in.
Bellevue's got an injured player. Looks like it's Meyer. He looks almost unconscious from that.
Yeah,
look.
he does.
You can take a look at Saborin coming back with the drive. Runs right over the top of Meyer.
Oh, man. Ollis.
Ollis came down and hit him.
His own player got him right in the head. Man, everything was fine. And then when Ollis came down, it looked like his knee might have hit him or his shin. Holy smokes.
See Ollis there.
Well, it's good to see him moving, though. I mean, he's moving his legs.
Well, I'll tell you what, Meyer's had a lot of game time in this game. He's got to have some exhaustion, some fatigue going, and then you get hit. Sure doesn't help matters any.
Well,
looking a little woozy.
Yeah, look at the outside of his left eye. Yeah, I think they're probably going to have to take him off the floor.
How big is that going to be for Bellevue West here defensively anyway?
But yeah, you saw it on the replay. Everything was fine. And then Ollis came on the follow through and just hammered it.
Take another look at it right here. You see it towards the end of the play. Gets knocked down right here, but he's still okay. He's looking up, and then as Ollis comes across and falls right there, I think it's his foot.
Yeah.
Like his left foot came up and hit him right in the side of the head. Took a pretty good shot. See Bellevue West struggling to get the ball in.
Trail by 2. Ollis got it.
Ollis, nice job showing patience out of there. Kind of fake up, double dribble, and come back up. Nice job. Threw his defenders off balance.
We're even again. Well, there's a kid who's been quiet since the first half, Moronic. Well, they passed up the shot, and now we'll have a foul on Vandement, and he's gone.
That's 5 for Vandement.
So Doug Woodard will have to go to his bench whether he wants to or not.
take another look at it here. It's a pass. Vanderman saw it coming all the way. Come up to get the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
If you're the defensive player in that situation, you cannot make contact.
No. Contact, dead center of the lane.
So Habe at the line for the bonus. He missed his last attempt. Actually, he's missed his last 2 attempts in a one-on-one situation. First shot.
This could be he who has the ball last wins game.
It's turned out to be that way. I mean, no question, Bellevue West got into their game in the second half.
Absolutely, made some adjustments, got a little more aggressive offensively, and they forced some fouls, and it's helped them out in the second half.
Right.
That foul, I believe, is going to go against Logan Barrett.
Well, that last shot we showed you before the free throw was taken, that sea of humanity is what Habe was looking into as he tried to put up that shot. And you're right, Tony, it is on Barrett. That's his 3rd. So now we'll go to the other end and shoot a 1-on-1.
Free throws could turn out to be the difference in the game at this point, Torrey.
Yeah, Martin on the line.
Martin looks cool and calm. Doesn't look like he's tired at all. Looks pretty fresh. See what he can do.
Yeah, he got it.
Makes the first one, no doubt about that. And I'll tell you what, these Bellevue fans are alive and well.
Also, in about 5 minutes, we'll have the Hearthstone Hero of the Game for you. Like that's going to be easy.
And you see Morton makes the second one. That gives Bellevue West the 2-point lead.
He has 18 on the night. There's that trap. Steal. All good, and then he stepped out of bounds. But Bellevue West, you can see, step by step, they keep succeeding at what they want to do, whereas in the first half, they were totally off their game.
Well, and you're right. You're watching Bellevue West starting to pick their game up, and you see Ravenna starting to fade down just a little bit.
And you wonder if that might not be team depth as well, because some of these Ravenna players have been on the floor a long time. And here's another turnover.
You're right. I mean, you look at Veronic. I mean, that guy's got just about every second of this game on the court.
Doug Woodard wants a timeout with 4:14 to go in the game. And Bellevue West has a 2-point lead, something they haven't enjoyed for most of this game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week on Cox Sports. Back at Bellevue West, 2-point Bellevue West lead with 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to go. Let's go down courtside. Nick Hanley. Nick.
Well, guys, observing Jake Meyer, they were taking him through. Looked like they might have been checking for a concussion. They checked his eyes and made sure that he had strength in his hands. He's back in the game now. It was a little bit of a scare, but Jake Meyer seems to be okay. Guys, back to you.
He got hammered by his teammate, Ollis. Is Young to the line. Lane with a running left-hander won't go. Ollis with the board. Stolen by Saborn. Big turnover. 2-point lead for Bellevue West. Inside 4 minutes to go. Tight game. We weren't sure how this game was going to go. 3 by Saborn won't go in, and the ball loose. Kowicki has it. Gets it to Saborn for Ravenna. Well, the Blue Jays now with another chance. Oh, man, they had Barron open on the backdoor cut. Couldn't get him the ball. Coming off the far baseline. Barrett now for 3, puts it up, short. Rebound Meyer back into the game. And now we got James Habe down on the floor on the other end for Ravenna. I don't know if he came down wrong. I didn't exactly see what happened.
He's not getting up right away. He's got something hurt. Looks like the leg, maybe a cramp in that calf. Looks like cramps.
Yeah, the way they're working on him. And you know what? While that's not a major debilitating injury, man, those things kill you. They just lock you up.
It sure does hurt. That's right.
Gosh.
And we've talked about how much time on the court they've had. And that time on the court's wearing them down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of body fluid. It's warm in here, too, because all these people were here before for the girls' game, and it's been warm inside.
Absolutely.
Hey, 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 there they are, our favorite people, known as the overflow crowd over in the cafeteria here at Bellevue West. And, well, they might not have been able to get a ticket to get into the gym, but God bless them, they stayed anyway to support their team. And holy cow, here's that young man.
He knows he's on.
Yes.
Giving us a little performance.
Yeah, but
got some waving going.
They've got at least 100 people over there, Tony, probably a little bit more. And as we've mentioned a couple times, they were tailgating as early as 11 o'clock this morning.
And I don't know what this auditorium holds, but it holds a lot, and it's full.
Oh, and they're on the edges at the end. The student section is in full bloom, and I'll tell you what, this game is has really got some attention. We've talked about it before. There's other Class C schools, the administrators here, athletic directors, coaches. You saw Coach from Louisville, you know. I saw the AD from Scott, who I know. And James Haid is up, and they finally worked that cramp out. But you're right, a lot of body fluid being lost in this ball game.
And this is where the depth of the bench could be the difference in the game with 3:10 left. Bellevue West up by 2. Bellevue West has got to be feeling pretty good at this point. They were able to get rid of the deficit and come back and get the lead here. But I'll tell you what, if I'm a Class C2 school anywhere in this state, I don't want to play Ravenna.
Oh, no, and there's other teams that still on their schedule. Plus you have districts or sub-districts as well down at the C2 level. All good. No, a little too short. Allis with the putback.
Nice job of Allis to be aggressive. I mean, he had to go in and fight for that ball and pull it out, and he got it done. Now you see a quick break, long pass down by the Jays. Veronic trying to come back alive for his team. Can't get it to fall.
On the fadeaway, and he was money in the first period. Had 18 points in the first period, now has 22. What do we have? Got a foul away from the ball. Are they looking at Jake Meyer? No, it's going to be Allis.
Got his hands, ball on his head, he knows. Gonna call that on Allis. Woodard wants an explanation. He's saying, no, he hit my guy. We're gonna take a look and see if, oh, there it was right there.
Actually, they called it on Antoine Young.
Antoine Young, you see the pushing going on out there. That's his 5th. He's gone. And you saw he had a little contact with his defensive cover and couldn't control it. Big push and shove, and I'll tell you, the referees just says, no way, you're out of here. That's your number 5, you're gone.
They've lost 2 players now in the final 4 minutes and 36 seconds as Vandermint fouled out earlier.
Boy, and Tori, how huge are these free throws now?
Double bonus for Barrett.
And the student fan section from Bellevue West is doing all they can to disrupt him, and I'm telling you, it's working.
Hey, back into the lineup, replacing Lucas Tonagis.
You know, when I saw Barrett look over to his coach after he missed the first one, he shrugs his shoulders, puts his hands on, says, hey, okay, get over it. Make the next shot. You got to think he's just proud to be in this game.
3-point Bellevue West lead. Engelbart into the lineup now for the T-Birds. Allgood doing a good job to keep that ball in play. Can't work off a screen. Gets it to Engelbart. He's in the lane. Floater is good.
How huge for Engelbart coming in this game. 2 guys foul out. They get him in the game. Drives the lane. Nice soft touch. Gets it up over the rim.
That was a big basket. 5-point lead now for the T-Birds. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Kind of thought maybe they'd sit back and burn a little more clock because there wasn't a lot of pressure out top on them. There's that cut. We've seen that 100 times. Logan Barrett coming on the baseline. He's open. He makes the shot.
So they answer. 3-point Bellevue West lead. Martin for 3. No, off the side. Didn't even hit the rim. Off the glass, and Kowicki gets the board.
Well, I'll tell you, Tori, I don't know if this Bellevue team is trying to get a bigger point spread to look better at the end, but I'm down there running clock if that's me. I just can't believe they're doing that.
Meyer with the rebound. They forced change in the shot.
No pressure here. Take your time. Burn that clock down. You got the lead. I think you got to protect that.
Yeah, no shot clock. Oh, force that pass inside. Kowicki out to Baranek. Ahead of the pack. But then Meyer hammered him from behind, and Baranek hit the deck pretty hard.
And Baranek's not getting up. He's hurt.
Or does he have a cramp now?
Looks like might be cramp. Well, you know, that's the trouble. When you get fatigued, once you go down on the floor like that and you're off your feet, that's when they're going to cramp. Is when you get off of them, not when you're on them. And this is where the length of the game and the time on the court is starting to play its toll on these players from Ravenna.
Yeah, big free throws, though, coming up for Drake Baranek. And while you don't wish any kind of pain on anybody, this is just as good as a timeout. It'll get you, you know, you get organized a little bit.
Well, you catch your breath, and here we're going to take another look at it. And, you know, Meyer, actually a pretty good move on his part to get the foul. Just don't let him have the free basket. Do what you got to do. Make him go to the free throw line. You got that student section waving and screaming behind the glass. Take your chances there.
And they're still working on Drake Baranek off his left calf. And the Ravenna fans want an intentional foul. I'll tell you what, they've come out in force and supported their team. There's no question about it.
I'll tell you, when they're not happy with something, they're not afraid to show you in harmony.
That's right. And that's right, 4-part harmony.
At least 4.
Oh, man.
See Baranek still down, got a towel over his face. He's in a lot of pain there. Looks like the calves are really cramping up on him.
Now we're having a competition between schools. Let's go Blue Jays, let's go T-Birds.
Baranek tried to get up right there, couldn't get up. He's back down. Boy, I can see from here, you see the cramp in that right calf. It's just like a knot there.
I know it.
I know I've woke up in the middle of the night with those before, and they'll make you sit straight up in bed.
Sometimes you can walk them off, and sometimes you can't move.
I think he's in that mode and can't move right now. And they're bringing some water, and like you were saying, fluids, fluids, fluids. That is so important. But boy, if you don't ever come off the court to take a bench to get a drink, it's pretty hard to keep your fluid level up.
Well, Baranek came into this game averaging just under 26 points per game, and he's been stuck on 22 since the first half. He had 18 the first period, scored 4 quick ones at the second period, and we haven't heard from him since. But Tyler Saborn picked it up for the Blue Jays, and he has 21 points, 14 in the second period, and 7 in the third period.
Meyer showing a class act over there, shaking his hand. Glad he's okay. And
Doug Woodard also on the Bellevue West bench. You didn't see it on screen, but as he walked over to the bench, Baranek went to one of the officials and said, "I don't get to shoot."
That's right. And they bring Adam Mingus in to take the shots for him. Freshman, 5'10", from Ravenna. And the student section of Bellevue West is really messing with him. And he makes the first one. 63-61. It's a 2-point Bellevue West lead.
Well, you know, a lot of people might say, what are you doing putting a freshman in this situation? He doesn't know any better. Just let him go. Allis with the big board, though, for Bellevue West, and it's a 2-point lead. We're under a minute.
You know, Tori, it all comes down to this. And again, I got to go back to burn clock, burn clock. Make them come out, make them foul.
They go to Engelbart, and he missed the shot, and Allis knocked it out of bounds. I think Engelbart was trying to draw the foul, but boy, I'll tell you what, he was in no man's land and didn't have a chance.
I don't know what they're thinking going to the basket so early. Stay out here, pull them out, then if it's open, you go. I just don't know what they're thinking.
Baranek was back into the game and handle the inbound. Barron is hanging down the other end of the floor, and Meyer had to grab Engelbart and say, hey, your man's down the other end of the floor, get there.
He got kind of caught up in his mistake there on trying to make that shot. Double coverage.
Threw it away.
And that's Bellevue West ball with 35.8 seconds, Tori. What do you do here if you're Ravenna? You foul?
Well, I would think you'd have to. But the thing is, Bellevue West got a break because Allis lost Baranek on the baseline. Yeah, now they're going to call it before the clock can even run. So you got your answer, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think the ref was going to call. He's hanging on to his jersey, yanking him around. Kind of a late call. And that's 4 for Baranek.
So all good will go to the line. And he'll shoot the double, let's see, no, they're going to 1-on-1. The PA announcer said 2 shots, but there's only 19 fouls on Ravenna, so it should be a 1-on-1.
Well, I think I'd pick somebody besides Veronic to commit that foul, though. Although it's late in the game, but boy, it's 64-61.
Big free throws.
Huge, huge free throws. And we got a timeout.
Yeah, with 35.8 seconds left in this Complete Nutrition High School Basketball Game of the Week. There you see the score. T-Birds up by 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on Cox Sports.
It's funny, they come down.
There they are, our favorite people, the overflow crowd. This almost looks like something out of Letterman, doesn't it?
The shot downtown. And I got to wonder, I got to think probably most of these people are Bellevue West fans.
Maybe.
Didn't get here in time. Because I'll tell you what, the Ravenna people were here, like you were saying, extremely early, noon today.
Tailgating in the rain, no less.
They're serious about this team, and I can see why.
All right, here we go. All good at the line for the back end of the 101. Yeah.
All good, in control, forces at least a 2 possession. And you see Ravenna having trouble getting the ball in, and there it is.
5 seconds.
5-second rule. Bellevue West gets the ball back. Obviously no time off the clock on that attempt to get the ball in, but it does give them the ball back.
Now the little things that we talked about are starting to come into play here, Tony.
Well, you talk about depth of bench. You talk about staying poised. You talk about playing your game. And I'll tell you this, Ravenna, some of these players on Ravenna have just got to be exhausted.
Allgood did a good job. He immediately started on the other end of the court, waving his hand so Engelbart could see him, and then we'll have a foul on James Habe in the backcourt.
Well, at 32.5 seconds, you know, you got to foul. You got to get the clock stopped, give your team a chance here, down 4. And it's got to be frustrating for Ravenna. They had that nice, big, comfortable lead, and Bellevue West did a great job of shutting down their star player, Veronic, as we saw, and quieting him down. That pretty much changed the whole outlook of the game for both teams.
Allgood with the double bonus. He has hit 4 straight free throws. Back end of the double bonus coming up. 5-point lead for Bellevue West. He missed it. Veronic fell down and traveled before he could get rid of it. You knew that was coming. You knew it was coming.
How huge is that, the fatigue, the time on the court, the cramps he had early, you know, there trying to get his feet. They just wouldn't hold him. Down he goes. It's all catching up with him now.
Yeah, cumulative effect. And again, they have to get moisture up off the floor.
I'll tell you, this Veronic kid, he could play anywhere.
Yeah, he's a good ball player. Tyler Saborn impressed me too, because when they shut Veronic off, Saborn stepped up. And that's a balance you need. I mean, you got to have people be able to come up and do the job.
Well, not any time. If you're going to double team somebody, somebody's going to be open.
Call a reach-in foul on Barrett. Or who is that? I'm sorry.
Barrett, yes. That's his 3rd. Logan Barrett, number 30.
So 2-shot foul for Allgood.
And you see Bellevue West is consistently giving the ball to Allgood. So he's the one that draws those fouls because he's been pretty solid from the free throw line here tonight.
And again, he had a big game against Papillion on Friday night. And as soon as we say that, now he's missed 2 in a row.
And there we go with the jinx again.
Oh, I know it. They won't let us. Kevin Broderick will not let us back into this gym again. I can tell you that.
At least it's 28 seconds, not a whole game to go. That makes it 67-61 Bellevue West. And you see Bellevue West putting the pressure on them, not giving them anything.
And Saborn gets loose on the baseline, sinks it for his 23rd point, and we have a timeout on the floor.
67-63, 4-point lead by Bellevue West.
Well, don't forget, coming up is the Hearthstone Hero of the Game. And we still can't figure out who we're going to pick. It's been kind of crazy.
Well, it's not that there isn't anybody deserving.
Oh, no.
There's just so many.
There's too many of them.
Players. Some players played a great defense. Some were great on offense. Some actually did both well. And it's very difficult to pick one player out of all the players that have been on the court today. What do you think's going on down in the Ravenna huddle?
Well, they obviously They're going to have to put some pressure now. They can't afford to sit back. They've got to force the issue somehow. And you don't necessarily want to foul. But if you do, you have to foul the person you think can't hit. Jake Meyer hasn't been necessarily real good from the line tonight. Plus, he got hurt earlier. We'll see. But they are going to defend the inbounds.
I'll tell you, Allgood has just been huge for this team late here in the last minute of breaking, getting open on those toss-ins from out of bounds. I'll tell you, that's huge. You don't turn the ball over.
Well, that play was made when he got past Barrett, and Barrett slipped and fell, forcing Baranek to foul at the other end, and Baranek's out of the game. 5
fouls, Baranek. Yeah. Class act by Martin over there, shaking his hand, congratulating him on a great game. And he's out of the game.
Yeah, he goes out of there with 22 points, 18 in the first period.
You got to wonder if he didn't just burn himself out in that first quarter tonight.
Well, he was fired up.
He was going all out, and I just don't think he saved any reserve for late in the game. But maybe that was the game plan. If we can come out and get a big enough lead and just kind of hold on, maybe it'd be enough. I don't know what the thought was there, but he's definitely a great ball player.
All good.